Hello Reddit story listeners. Today we have one short story with an update. Enjoy. Title: Am I the A for denying my cousin a place to stay? I'm a 25-year-old woman living in a cozy 2-bedroom apartment in Forest Hills. I love my independence and the peace it brings. A couple of weeks ago, I invited my mom over for dinner, during which she excitedly shared that my cousin, who is 17, got accepted into NYU. I was thrilled to hear about his achievement. He's a bright kid and deserves the best. As we were clearing the dishes, my mom casually suggested that since my apartment was close to the university, it would be great if my cousin could live with me instead of in the dorms. She said it with a laugh, making it sound like a joke, so I responded jokingly too, saying, "I can't live with that drama queen for the life of me." We both laughed, and she didn't bring it up again that evening. However, almost 4 days later, the situation took a serious turn. My phone rang, and it was my aunt on the other line. She started the conversation by expressing her gratitude for what I was supposedly doing for my cousin. Confused, I asked her to clarify. She said that she had heard from my mom that I agreed to house my cousin during his college years. I was shocked and quickly corrected her, saying I never agreed to such an arrangement. But my aunt persisted, somewhat guilt-tripping me by saying, "I know, but he's your cousin, the least you can do is let him stay at your apartment." That moment really got to me, and I lost my temper, bluntly telling her I didn't owe anyone anything and abruptly hanging up. Reflecting on it, I admit I could have been calmer. But the idea of someone else living with me, disrupting the quiet life I've structured, was too much. I value my privacy, and managing on a tight budget with high rent and food costs is already a challenge. Following the argument, my phone became a battleground. Several family members bombarded me with messages and calls, accusing me of being selfish and even jealous of my cousin's success. My uncle sent a particularly harsh text saying I was ruining his son's life and calling me self-absorbed. I was astounded by the hostility and felt increasingly alienated from my family. During another heated conversation, my mother accused me of being unfair, pointing out that I seemed to have no problem opening my apartment for social reasons, but not for her own grandson. I retorted that she could have a say in who I let into my apartment when she starts paying my rent. Now, I'm seriously considering blocking her number to avoid further stress. I'm torn. Part of me feels guilty, wondering if I am indeed being selfish. Yet another part fiercely believes in my right to decide who I live with. My dad is the only one in my family who understands and supports my stance. He has even confronted my mom and other relatives, defending my decision. So, I find myself questioning, am I really the jerk here for wanting to maintain my personal space and financial stability? Update. Last night, I decided to call my cousin to clear the air about everything that had been happening. He picked up, and right away, he mentioned he was upset about how I spoke to his mom, my aunt, during our last conversation. I realized I had lost my temper, so I apologized for cursing at her. During our talk, he hesitantly told me something that surprised me. He wasn't even sure he wanted to go to NYU. He admitted he was considering the University of Toronto instead but was afraid to tell his parents because they were so set on him attending NYU. I was so frustrated I felt like screaming into a pillow, but I managed to keep calm during the call. I told him that whenever he chooses to tell his parents about his decision, it wouldn't change my plans to keep my distance from our family drama. It seems he talked to his mom about our conversation because today, something unbelievable happened at my job. My mom and aunt showed up at my workplace. They caused quite a scene in the lobby, loudly demanding to talk to me. I went down to try to get them to leave peacefully. My aunt accused me of manipulating my cousin to influence his college choice. It was mortifying. The security guard had to escort them out, and afterward, my manager called me into her office. She was clearly unhappy about the disturbance and wanted to know if it would happen again. I assured her, I hope not. I had enough. I created a group chat with my mom, aunt, and everyone else who was taking their side, and sent them a message. I told them I couldn't forgive them for embarrassing me at work and that they were not welcome near my apartment. I warned them that I'd call the police if necessary. Then, I blocked them all. Tomorrow, I plan to talk to my landlord about changing the locks and getting a new key. I want to thank everyone for their support and advice. It's been tough, and I appreciate all the kind words. Good night, and I hope no one else has to go through something like this.